Good evening. Welcome to the City of Joliet Council meeting for Tuesday, December 16, 2025 at 6:30 in City Hall Council Chambers with Mayor Terry Darcy presiding. We will have an invocation from Pastor Kurt Hoover from Messiah Lutheran Church, after which he will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
All right, thank you. I bring you greetings on behalf of the members of Messiah Lutheran Church and Pray Joliet, community organization organizing churches. You get 20 pastors in one room doing the same thing. That's actually a really good thing. We can be a little competitive sometimes. So that's a wonderful organization. I invite you to be a part of it as your community. Let us pray. Lord, we thank you for this group that's gathered here this day. We thank you for our leaders, our council people, and our mayor, all those who are elected, and all that they represent. Thank you for our leaders in every different division of the city. We thank you for those that put their life on the line, our essential workers. Lord, we pray that in this meeting we might set ourselves aside, that we might be present with each other, hearing the conversation that's going on for the betterment of our community. And Lord, we pray in this season that as generation after generation before us has done, they've pointed to you. And Lord, we pray that you would, in the way that we live our lives, in the work that we do, that we might not be pointing to ourselves or our own accomplishments, but into that power outside of us. To you is all the glory and all the credit. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll begin with roll call. Mayor Darcy.
Here.
Councilman Cardenas.
Here.
Councilman Clement.
Here.
Councilman Hug.
Here.
Councilwoman Ibarra.
Here.
Councilman Moreno.
Here.
Councilman Mudrin.
Here.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Here.
Councilwoman Reardon. Here.
You know, we'd like to start the meeting tonight to introduce a future Olympic champion that lives right here in Joliet. Jojo Awangaya. He just came back from another tournament and once again proved successful for the champions of Joliet. And we really applaud what you're doing and are grateful that you continue to show Joliet as your home base. So thank you for everything. Continued success.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Tell us a little bit about the tournament you were just in.
What did you say?
Tell us a little bit about the tournament you were just in.
Okay, so starting out, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Joseph Nongia Jr. I am a 26-time national champion. Fought for many years now, started going to these national tournaments around the age of 8, and from there now on the elite national team to where I'll be going ahead, venturing out to multiple different countries, aiming to go ahead and get that gold, Olympic gold for USA and Joliet, for which I reside in. And while doing boxing, I also am a college student where I recently now completed my marketing degree and venturing into my soon-to-be master's in business. So just trying to complete as much as I can now and showcase that Joliet has and will continue to raise champions.
Oh.
Congratulations. Let's get a picture with you up here.
Mr. Mayor, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, Jim.
You know, I met Joseph, his father, many years ago. You have grown like 2 feet since the last time I saw you.
I was just going to say
I'm
that
not
he's
even kidding
taller
you.
and taller every time we see
I mean, you were just starting college. I just can't believe like how much you've grown. But Joliet's so proud of you. So.
You know,
Jojo,
real
right,
quick,
stand up here, buddy.
Jojo, you think the first time you came here with your dad, you were in junior high maybe? Yeah. Boy, we've watched you grow up right in front of us.
Congratulations, Jojo.
Oh, sorry, Jim. No.
Okay. Are you going to go over there? Oh, I'll go over here. I'm tall enough. Here, I'm tall enough, Ken.
Gotta have some fun. This way.
Gary, you want another shot?
Sorry, I have to
I feel your pain.
Hold on, folks. Rosemary, I don't want to ruin this picture. I was buttoning myself, so I may look kind of weird in the picture.
What else is new?
Sherry, you gotta move over a little bit. There we go. Okay, good, thanks.
All right.
Okay. Next is the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as written with the following change? Remove council memo number 657-25, award of contract for the Bicentennial Park Theater Stage rigging replacement to Grand Stage Company in the amount of $117,000 from the consent agenda to be voted on separately.
So moved. Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilwoman Navarro?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Next is citizens to be heard on agenda items. Is there anyone who would like to speak on an agenda item this evening? Anyone? Okay, seeing none. Under appointments. The mayor is recommending Pam Heavens, Kim Hudgens, and Gary Jones be appointed to the Committee on Citizens with Disabilities. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilwoman Navarro?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. The mayor is recommending Jeff Crompton be reappointed to the Plan Commission. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilwoman Navarro?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. The mayor is recommending Ronald Van Dyke be reappointed to the Tree Advisory Board. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilwoman Navarro?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. The mayor is recommending Edward F. Hennessy and Bob Nectree be reappointed to the Zoning Board of Appeals. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilwoman Navarro?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Next is Mayor Pro Tem. Is there a motion to appoint Councilman Mudrin to serve as Mayor Pro Tem for the term January 1st, 2026 through March 31st, 2026?
So move. Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
No, aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilwoman Navarro?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Next are council committee reports. First, we'll have Communication Technology and Information Systems.
CTIS committee met on December 3rd at 8:30 a.m. in the executive conference room. In attendance were Councilman Cardenas, myself, Councilman Moreno was unable to attend. We had two agenda items. The first was an award of contract to Orbis Solutions for surveillance and security system hardware and installation for the Ottawa Street Garage in the amount of $116,927.90. The second item was approved funding for PC replacement in the amount not to exceed $250,000. The plan is to eventually replace the G-Tech models with the Lenovo in police and fire vehicles for a considerable cost savings per unit. So I think it's something around $700 per unit.
That's correct.
There was a pilot program done with the Lenovo devices, and it was yielding very promising results. IT will continue to expand the use of the Lenovo devices while still replacing a portion of the G-Tech fleet. Both items were recommended to bring to the full council for approval. Then we moved on to new business not for final action. I brought up, Councilwoman Ibarra brought up a great point a few meetings ago about the single-family rental inspection program being overwhelmed because of how it was added without any planning on how to handle the additional workload. It made me think, what can IT do to help with this program? I called Chris Sternal prior to our CTIS meeting so that he would know I was going to ask information about this, and was not surprised to learn that IT was already on it. So I've asked Chris to do some highlights of what the plan is going forward to help with the rental inspection program.
Yeah, so we met with Dustin Anderson about 3 months ago and began discussing what we could do for the neighborhood services area. We had our first demo of what it's called Tyler's Enterprise Permitting and Licensing, and that was in November. It was pretty unanimous amongst all of his senior staff that it was a perfect fit for what we're doing. It also is, we already used all the Tyler products here in-house, and it would fully integrate with our financial systems and other systems we have here. You know, the currently neighborhood services, one of the big struggles is when they're out in the field, a significant amount of the work they're doing is paper-based. They're coming back into the office. They're handing a lot of those forms off to administrative staff who are then doing data entry work. As you guys know, that is just not how a modern workflow works any longer. The new EP&L system would allow for all of that work to be done in the field by the inspector, real-time updates back in the office. You could literally have an inspector out in the morning doing work, and then somebody could call in that afternoon, and somebody in the office would be able to answer questions. It would also have things like a public portal, so if you needed to request an inspection, you would just go onto our website, you would just put in that request, you would make all your payments through a public portal. Many of the pain points we have today, this software package would help us resolve. It is not a small lift. It is probably about a 12-month project, but we are hoping to kick that off really early next year. So hopefully, by this time next year when we're talking about this, we are significantly along the way, and we can report all that back to you.
Any other questions? Okay. Did we cover everything?
Covered everything.
All right.
Great.
That is our report.
Thank you.
Next is finance.
Thank you. Thank you. The Finance Committee met here today, Tuesday, December 16th at 5:30. On the committee is Councilwoman Sherry Reardon, Councilman Larry Hugg, and myself. We had 4 items that are all on the agenda tonight to vote on. A resolution with the PACE Route 511 bus service to Center Point is there, and an ordinance abating taxes heretofore levied through the year 2025 at $3,665,000, and another one for $93,595,000 that will be no longer under the general obligation bond. We authorized a new agent, our human resource person, Elizabeth, who is here, is going to be the IMRF authorized agent as her position calls for. Monthly financial report, the general funds, sales tax, income tax, permits are all trending slightly above budget. Utility, replacement, hotel, motel, video games, and cannabis taxes are trending slightly below budget. Expenses are trending below budget. It is important to note, though, expenses will be allocated based on the fiscal year, and as they have incurred. Therefore, we do not expect much of a alignment different than what our budget is calling for today. The sewer and water, similar to last month, revenues are better than the budget shows. Parking is trending up again, which is good. The library's quarter report. The library had just over 66,000 visitors over the last 3 months, participating in 610 programs, and they checked out just over 118,000 books. Anything to add?
Good job.
That's my report, Mayor.
Thank you.
Public Assets.
Okay, Public Assets Committee for 12:15. So last night, we met at 5 o'clock in the executive conference room. In attendance were Councilman Juan Marino, Councilman Joe Clement, and myself, along with Blaine Klein, Facilities Director, and Ann Sylvester, Director of Cultural Affairs and Special Events. We approved the November 4th, 2025 meeting. There were no citizens to be heard on any agenda items, and there was only one agenda item. It was a recommendation to award payment for Bicentennial Park Theater stage rigging replacement. The original rigging system is no longer sufficient. It's from the late 70s for the needs of performance space, and it is out of date. The new piping will be larger in size and hold higher design load per foot. It's more than a luxury, it's also a safety issue. So that was approved with a unanimous vote. Anything to add?
Good.
Juan?
Good.
Okay, that's the end of my report. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Public Service.
I may do it.
Yeah. Now what's that?
Monday, Public Service Committee met, and the committee was Councilwoman Sherry Reardon and myself, along with Councilman Hugg, who could not make that meeting yesterday. We had 3 items under contract, which are all on the agenda today. The one item was for us to purchase large meters, water meter readers, at a price of $242,000. We also had a service contract with Baxter and Woodman to start the engineering reports for 2027 water system rehabilitation program. Change orders, we had 2 change orders there. The one with IDOT that we're going to be reimbursed by the state. The other change order was to finish up a Virginia Phase 1 water plan with PT Farrell in last amount paid, $211,000, and the final payment, number 6, of $636,000. We had one ordinance and resolution item, licensing agreement with Canadian National Railroad Company for our Washington Street water main, which will go underneath the tracks there. And we signed an agreement with the Joliet Park District to go, we'd have to go on their land for some of that Washington Street work. And we also had to sign a contract then with Metra, because we would be going on their property to complete the Washington Street project. That's my report, unless you have...
That's good.
Thank you.
Mayor, may I just, I'll be remiss without thanking Chris Sterno for that important update. I'm sorry about that, Chris, so thank you.
I show no other reports. Under consent agenda, approval of minutes. It is recommended the minutes of the pre-council meeting November 17th, 2025, and council meeting November 18th, 2025 stand approved as recorded. Invoices to be paid. It is recommended this report be approved. 2026 Joliet City Council meeting schedule. It is recommended the proposed 2026 meeting schedule be approved. Council memo number 650-25, request to approve funding for public safety PC replacement in an amount not to exceed $250,000. Council memo number 651-25, award of contract to Orbis Solutions Incorporated for surveillance system hardware and installation at the Ottawa Street parking deck in the amount of $116,927.90. Council memo number 652-25, award of contract for the 2025 large water meter replacement program to United Meters Incorporated in the amount of $242,501. Council memo number 653-25, award of contract for the sanitary sewer rehabilitation project for the 2026 water main replacement program to National Power Rotting Corp. In the amount of $737,425, and amendment number 1 to the professional services agreement for the 2026 sanitary sewer rehabilitation program with RJN Group Incorporated for an amount not to exceed $69,900. Council Memo Number 654-25, approval of professional services agreement for preliminary engineering for the 2027 Water System Rehabilitation Program to Baxter and Woodman Incorporated in the amount of $898,700. Council Memo Number 655-25, approval of amendment number 3 for the IDOT I-80 Reconstruction Coordination and Joliet Water and Sewer Relocation Feasibility Study Professional Services Agreement to V3 Companies in the amount of $50,000. Council Memo Number 656-25, approval of change order number 1 for the Virginia Phase 1 Water Main Improvements Project to PT Farrow Construction Company in the amount of $211,531.40, and pay estimate number 6 and final in the amount of $636,005.01. Council Memo Number 658-25, authorization to approve draw 14 for tax increment financing, District Number 7, in the amount of $677,031.04. It is recommended Council Memos 650-25 through 656-25 and Council Memo 658-25 be approved. Is there a motion to approve all said consent agenda items?
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilwoman Ibarra?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Now we have Council Memo Number 657-25, award of contract for the Bicentennial Park Theater Stage rigging replacement to Grand Stage Company in the amount of $117,000. It is recommended Council Memo Number 657-25 be approved.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions?
I do have one more question, Mayor. We discussed this last night. Can you explain again why this doesn't have to go out for bid, please? Because people
Sure.
keep asking, and let's be clear
Sure.
about this.
Part of our city code says if it's more appropriate for a certain person to do this, staff put this out to the 3 known vendors. We had one returned. It's a fairly specialized piece. So per our city code, it does not have to be bid.
Okay,
All right?
thank you. Just to be clear.
Sure.
How about aye?
Okay. It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilwoman Reardon?
Sorry.
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
No.
Councilwoman Ibarra?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Again, aye.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Under ordinances, Council Memo Number 660-25, ordinance abating the taxes heretofore levied for the year 2025 to pay debt service on $3,665,000 general obligation bonds, Series 2020A, and $93,595,000 general obligation bonds, Series 2022 of the City of Joliet, Will, and Kendall Counties, Illinois, of the City of Joliet, Will, and Kendall Counties, Illinois. It is recommended said ordinance be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Thank you.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilwoman Ibarra?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo Number 661-25, ordinance approving the 2026 fiscal year budget for the City of Joliet, Will, and Kendall Counties, Illinois. It is recommended said ordinance be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Thank you.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
No.
Councilwoman Ibarra?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
You know, I've been back and forth on this, back and forth, and there's more to this that I don't like than what I do like. There's a lot of good things in here, but I can't, overall, I weighed it out, and I'm gonna have to vote no.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Under resolutions, Council Memo Number 663-25, resolution accepting a license agreement from Canadian National Railway Company for the Washington Street Water Main Improvement Project. It is recommended said resolution be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Thank you.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilwoman Ibarra?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo number 664-25, resolution accepting a grant of temporary easement from the Joliet Park District for the Washington Street Water Main Improvement Project. It is recommended that resolution be adopted.
So moved.
Second. Any comments or questions? Thank you.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilwoman Ibarra?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo number 665-25, resolution accepting a license agreement from Metra for the Washington Street Water Main Improvement Project. It is recommended said resolution be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Thank you.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilwoman Ibarra?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo number 666-25, resolution appointing an authorized agent for purposes of the Illinois Municipal Retirement Fund. It is recommended that resolution be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments, questions? Thank you.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman? Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilwoman Ibarra?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo number 667-25, resolution authorizing the execution of a cost-sharing agreement with CenterPoint for PACE Bus Route 511. It is recommended said resolution be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Thank you.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilwoman Ibarra?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo number 668-25, resolution authorizing the release of closed session minutes. It is recommended said resolution be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Comments or questions? Thank you.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilwoman Ibarra?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Next is the city manager's report.
Good evening. I'd like to extend my sincere appreciation to Finance Director Kevin Singh, Chris Bowles, our Budget Director, the Finance Department, and really all of the directors that you see here today for their discipline, cooperation, and dedication throughout this process. It really was at least a 6-month process where we sat down individually with each department and went through and you know, even more than that, I just want to thank the council, especially for our discussion last night and input. I think it's really valuable to have all those things happening in collaboration, and we really need your input from your residents about what's important. So we respect all of you and really thankful for your cooperation as well. I'm gonna give the floor to Kevin right now, who's the man of the hour.
Yeah, I want to echo what Beth had said. You know, the 26 budget's the result of nearly 6 months of hard work and dedication of the staff, the managers, Beth, and then all of you. You know, I've been with the city for about 3 years. And the 26 budget, as I've said internally, is a budget that has had probably the most discussions surrounding it. I know I've met or had conversations with each of you more than once on this budget. And then also the staff, you know, working with them, from the city manager and I sitting down with the department heads, going through every line item to review what's in that line item, not just what's being increased. I mean, you know, the city manager basically, the conversation we had with one of the departments, they started talking about the new stuff and she said, no, I want to know everything that's in there, not just the new stuff. And that's how the budget process went for 26. And that's something that the public doesn't see. They don't see those kinds of communications and meetings that we have that lead up to last night or the presentations that I had. And so just to kind of summarize, I understand that the budget isn't something that everyone, likes every part of it, but I do think it is a good roadmap that continues to provide quality service to the residents of Joliet while investing in important areas like sidewalks, roads, public safety, Lake Michigan water. And just to close, just want to thank you again for your consideration, input, and guidance throughout this process.
Just a couple more quick announcements. This past Saturday, we held another Santa send-off, and I would like to thank Councilwoman Quillman and all who helped escort Santa through Joliet and bid him farewell before he returned to the North Pole to prepare for Christmas Eve. It was a freezing day, and you were outside in that -6 degrees. So thank you so much, police and fire, public works, everybody that works on these amazing activities for our residents. Another reminder for our residents, City Hall will be closed on Thursday, December 25th for Christmas, and Thursday, January 1st for New Year's Day. With this being the last council meeting of the year, I'd like to thank our staff, residents, and community partners for their commitment and contributions to our city, and wish everyone a blessed and safe holiday season. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Okay, next we have public comments. I do have a couple people that signed up here. Some of you arrived later, so we didn't get you signed up, but we'll start with Andrea Baumhart.
Good evening. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Andrea Baumhart, and I'm a resident of Manhattan Township. Lived there just shy of 20 years. And I'm here tonight to speak about the proposed data center that is slated to go very near my home. It is going to be within walking distance of my home. Okay. I've gone to the website of the company that is supposed to be building this. And it says that it will not be near residences or close to residences. I guess that depends on what your definition of close is. Because I walk down that nature trail all the time. So does my family. We all utilize it. Manhattan residents utilize it. Joliet residents utilize it. But it's actually very near my home. It's about a mile away. And from what I can see, there's a very rosy picture being painted about this data center right now. Very rosy picture. Jobs, economy, all the nice things you are seeing on the surface. But I really think we need to take a step back and look at the big picture about what's happening here, okay? What's going on in the underpainting? What is really shouldering this data center? I have some questions. I haven't been able to identify anything published that says what the water source is going to be. I'm on a well. Everybody in my neighborhood is on a well. And I don't think that clean groundwater can be negotiated. And if you read about data centers, you will read about contaminated water, okay? Number 2, what is the power source? It has not yet to be identified. What is going to power this data center? This data center is 800 acres. This isn't a 50-acre data center like up in Aurora that I drove past with my son to take a check out and see what it was like and how loud it was. This is 800 acres. This is going to be the largest one in the state right now, okay? So what's going to power this? Another question I have is, what is the purchase agreement for that power? Because I have big concerns about my energy bill, and I'm pretty sure other residents do too, okay? I don't think any of you can sit there with any moral authority and say, I don't have anything to worry about as a resident, okay? The National Institute of Health has an article out there that says people who are diabetic and live close to a data center will struggle with sustained levels of blood glucose. Okay, and I have a child who is diabetic. So, because data centers output dirty electricity, that is one of the things that keeps people in an elevated state of blood glucose. And if you've never had to live with that, or have someone close with you live with that, I just ask you to get down on your knees and thank God that you've never had to deal with that, okay? Because we have. Finally, one last question I have. It's come to my attention that there is a Joliet employee that has a name very similar to the Bernhardt Family Land Trust that is poised to garner millions of dollars on the sale of this land if it should be annexed. Can the city of Joliet please clarify if this employee is related? Thank you.
Timothy Anto.
Hello and good evening. My name is Timothy Stewart Hansel II. I'm a resident of Joliet. I'm here tonight to speak against the proposed Hillman Powerhouse Data Center. There's a quote by the author Upton Sinclair, who famously wrote about corruption and poor working conditions in Chicago meatpacking industry. It's difficult to get a man to understand something when his salary depends upon his not understanding it. I thought about this quote when I saw the website created by the advocates for the proposed data center. As far as I can tell, the website was created in an attempt to convince readers who may be skeptical about whether or not to support or oppose the construction of the data center to the south of our city. It does so by summarizing some of the severe concerns that we have and then dismissing them with a vague wave of the hand. It does nothing to meaningfully challenge the concerns we have about the impact of such a facility, concerns such as increased pollution and energy costs, concerns such as water usage. It simply says, nah, none of that will happen. Don't worry about it. It's an insult to the intelligence of the people of Joliet. In my line of work as a manufacturing engineer, I don't get to dismiss my boss's concerns about business decisions. I have to make my decisions on data and facts. If I were to respond to the concerns of my superiors the way Hillman Powerhouse has responded to the concerns of our people of Joliet, I would be out of a job. Hillman will never respond in any meaningful way to our concerns because the facts are against them, and their paychecks depend on making sure nobody understands what will happen if they get to build that data center. We, as a city, need to be better than them, and we can't be lulled into going along with their harmful proposal. When it comes time to make a decision on whether or not to allow this data center into our city, I hope and pray that this council won't be fooled and that they'll reject the construction. Thank you for your time.
Is there anyone else who would like to address the council this evening? Please, go ahead.
Hello. I just found out about this today, and I'm against it completely. I don't see how a temporary increase in jobs, which goes away, and if you look at the biggest data centers in the US, they're only maybe hiring about 40-ish people. It's not worth it to pollute our planet, to like, our water's running out by 2030. The aquifer is running dry by 2030. That's why we're connecting to the Lake Michigan. It's not for us, and I don't know why we're doing this, and I don't know how we benefit, and that's all.
Hello, I'm Abby Bomer. I'm from Elwood. You got the whole trifecta, Manhattan, Elwood, Joliet, coming to speak about this data center. I spoke at the last meeting, so I'll give you the quick spark notes here. If you have time and you want to dive deeper in this, please look up Miss Morris of Georgia. She lives less than, I want to say, a mile from one of these data centers. She's freshly retired, and she can't live in her home. She spends hours to flush the toilet just to get enough water gathered. And the water looks absolutely horrid, like disgusting. I wouldn't give it to a rabid animal. And I have parents who just retired. So I want you to all think about someone you love who's retired, how hard they've had to work for everything. My parents have worked their whole lives for this house that we live in. And I want them to enjoy their life there, but they can't if their house doesn't function. I'm worried for everybody. I'm worried for babies with this noise pollution. There's increased cardiac problems for newborns, for children, for adults, for elderly, for people like me. I want to be able to continue to live in my community. Elwood is beautiful. Joliet is beautiful. If you look into Elk Grove, that is an entire town that's had to completely leave their homes behind. There's videos of people, urban explorers, going through these homes with possessions still left behind. It looks like people were fleeing in a panic. The entire fire station lost their jobs, lost their livelihood. These are people who are laying down their lives for us, who are going to work every day, not knowing if they're coming home, and then they get spit on because they are forced out of their communities. Joliet's a beautiful, beautiful community. I've gone here for public school at Joliet Central. My younger sibling is now a teacher at Joliet Central. I don't want to see people who I have connections to in Joliet or my community of Joliet going under, not having fresh water, being scared that the light pollution, the noise pollution, the forever chemicals being released into our water. There are so many concerns. And I'm very empathetic and I love people. And I want everybody to have a right to have a clean earth, to have health. Also, AI is really dumbing us down. I'm a future speech path. 80% of the US is illiterate in some way or not literate proficient for their age. That's concerning. That's sad. People are using AI to write their essays, to make their grocery lists instead of just opening their door of their fridge and looking in. We are getting dumber. Adding to it by allowing these to come in is endangering our future generations. I don't know about you guys. I don't want to go to a doctor who has ChatGPT my symptoms to diagnose me. And it's scary. It's scary, and you guys can help fight it here and now in our community. So I just ask you that if this ever is brought up again, when they come at you with more facts, that you please, please, please look with empathy in your heart. Think of all these people, the retired age people who can't afford to move, the young kids who are here because their parents are here. We're in a living crisis, cost of living crisis. Please, please, please vote no. Think about all these things. We are really, really scared, guys. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you all. Have a great night.
Hello, I'm here to talk about the data center. I'm a PhD candidate in data science at Meharry Medical College, and I graduated with a master's degree with honors in data science from Meharry, which is one of the only colleges in this nation that requires their data scientists to take a data science oath. And it is because of that oath that I am here today, because I believe erecting a data center in this town would be unethical for a multitude of reasons. It would be unethical due to the environmental, public health, and economic implications that it would have on the citizens of Joliet. This includes, but is not limited to, groundwater pollution, light and noise pollution, and increased fossil fuel use. The literature is clear on this. Data centers are not good for the environment. They are not good for public health. And as a data scientist, it is my duty to speak up on the desire for companies to erect more data centers. We don't need more data centers. We need better solutions rather than erecting more data centers. Other countries are beating us out on data science. DeepSeek uses, I think, less than 1/10 of the same amount of resources as ChatGPT. And that's a Chinese-made AI model. Instead of competing and building better models and requiring data scientists to do more with less, like other countries, instead they're erecting more and more data centers, which are just polluting the environment. And as a data scientist, I'm strongly against that. I believe that data is important for this world, and there's so many great things we can do with it. During my time in my master's program, I was able to publish research utilizing AI in order to identify viral integration sites that lead to cancers related to hepatitis B and other viral diseases. So I really, truly do believe in data. I'm not against data science. I'm against erecting data centers that have negative environmental impact, that have negative economic impact by increasing the prices of water and energy, and being lazy about creating models that are not efficient algorithmically and will not stand the test of time in comparison with other models of other countries. Instead, we should require more from those creating AI in order to make efficient models rather than erecting data centers that will eventually be left empty when better models beat them out. Thank you.
Hi there, everybody. Felix Ortiz, lifelong Joliet resident. I've had the opportunity of being able to, talk to the council folks before, previously, about kind of other disastrous environmental concerns we've brought. I'm here to basically speak on the proposed data center that's also, being brought forth to the council. We've already kind of dealt with a lot of previous issues here as local residents, specifically around the water affordability and, the big massive crisis that, the city was kind of forced to have to make a decision on, with having to bring, affordable water to the city of Joliet from, Michigan. There was already several fights that were had here to try to push to, fight for water affordability. We are already a major hub for distribution centers here in the city of Joliet. We probably have the largest intermodal here in Elwood, and also the largest Amazon distribution center in the entire Midwest region. A lot of these intermodal hubs and warehouses already take up a large portion of our water consumption and base, and building a massive giant data center is only going to further exacerbate that. There's massive projections about water scarcity to happen in the next couple of decades. We've talked a lot about trying to, basically environment-proof the entire city, with big, giant, infrastructure development projects to, improve our city's budget. And so if we were to build this massive giant data center, it would be, in my opinion, a very huge detriment to our health. A lot of people have already kind of reiterated the environmental factors, but it would also be a very costly one. The projected production of jobs for this position, after construction, would only be around 200 technical jobs in the entire city or region. That seems very ludicrous for a city that, has over 150,000 residents. 200 jobs is not really a sustainable model for bringing in revenue for the city, and for something that's projected to supposedly have a upward revenue of over $20 billion. I don't see how that money is going to get reallocated back into the city to ensure that we're, diversifying our production and really ensuring that, we have an affordable city. I stand against this. I'm sure an overwhelming majority of the residents that are here today stand against this. I ask that all the city council folks take a hard consideration and vote no against this proposal to build this massive 800-acre plus data center. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Guillermo Rodriguez. I'm here not as a resident, but as a neighbor. I'm coming from Aurora, Illinois, that already has a multitude of data centers that one has actually already been put on a moratorium because of the negative effects that it's happened to my friends and my neighbors in the surrounding areas. And as a person who comes with experience living near one of these data centers, I can tell you a multitude of reasons that other people here will tell you as to why it's a poor decision to bring one here to Joliet. But I'm here to talk to you about financially why this is unsustainable. And the reason it's unsustainable, in my opinion, regardless of the $20 billion that is being promised to the city of Joliet, we're talking about a data center that is most likely going to be used for generative AI. And currently we are in a system with generative AI that a multitude of corporations are continuing to give each other money. And once this bubble pops, then where's all that money going to be? Why are we going to invest in a data center when AI is no longer going to be profitable? Because there's no one that's going to want to invest in it. Instead, the city of Joliet should be investing in something that is sustainable for the people here. Something like affordable housing, or like parks for the people here, something like walkable cities, like walkable neighborhoods that are close to businesses, local businesses, so that people here have their own jobs. You know, they proposed that there was going to be thousands of jobs coming here with this data center that's going to be built. But a majority of those jobs are temporary jobs. They're jobs that are going to be going out to different construction workers. And as amazing as that can be for those people, it's also temporary. As was said before by the gentleman before me, only 200 projected jobs will be permanent. How are any of these factors beneficial to the city of Joliet? And I just hope that you take these things into consideration, because back in 2008, when there was a similar bubble that happened that broke with the housing market crash, and we saw how detrimental it was to not just all of the world, but even, to all of America, but all of the world. Why are we gonna bring something like this here to the residents here that don't want these things? Thank you very much.
Good evening. My name is Isabel Gloria, and I'm a lifelong resident of Joliet, born and raised here, and I plan to keep living here and working here for as long as I can. I came here, first I want to thank Councilwoman Suzanne Ibarra, because she posted on her Facebook asking the residents what we thought about the data centers. And that's actually when I first heard about this concept. And so if you guys look back at her post, a majority of us are opposed. And so when I come here to speak, I actually invited more people to come, but they couldn't come because they have babies, or they have night school, or they have to work late. So just know that those of us that are here are not the only ones that are opposed to this data center. There are a lot more people than could make it here tonight to say that we don't want this. And at the end of the day, I'm not here to talk about facts and figures. My colleagues did that. What I want to tell you guys is this is what the story will look like if you guys vote for the data centers. It's going to look like you sold us out. It's going to look like those corporations bought your guys' votes. And it's going to look like you guys put us on a sinking ship. I get emotional thinking about how awful this data center would be for our public health, for our environment, and how those promised jobs for the unions won't last that long. And so please don't sell us out for these promises that these mega rich companies are trying to sell us. They have communications teams that their whole job is just to tell nice stories. They don't want us to know the truth. But if you look at what's happened in other communities across the country, these are a death sentence. These are going to get people sick. They're going to give them cancer. It's going to aggravate their asthma. The noise pollution can make people mentally ill, and we know there's already a mental health crisis in America. So I ask you guys too to think about the environment. If you guys have ever seen the movie The Lorax, we don't want to be the people that don't listen to the Lorax. You know, he speaks for the trees. We don't have a Lorax here tonight, but we have residents of Joliet speaking. So we're asking you guys to listen to the residents and not these communications teams that are getting paid a lot of money to tell us these nice stories about these dangerous centers. So thank you all so much for your time, and I hope that you consider saying no to these proposed data centers.
Hello, Noah Martinez. I'm from neighboring Crest Hill. I'm here today in favor of the data center. Just kidding, no one is. I'm
You want to get out of here alive, don't you?
I'm addressing the city council today to urge transparency on and to oppose the Hillwood and Powerhouse's proposed data center, obviously. The city council should know that this project is unpopular. I'm sure that's quite evident to you guys by this point. All of us here are here to demonstrate that fact. You know, Hillwood and Powerhouse all but admit the unpopularity of their own data center, and it's evidenced by their propaganda website, which you can see for yourself at JolietTechnologyCenter.com. This website, sparse in actual details, attempts to steer the narrative in their favor by dispelling what they believe to be the common misconceptions about their project, and desperately urging people to declare their support for this project. Makes no sense to me. The Joliet Technology Center website claims that the energy upgrades required for this project will not be passed on to ComEd customers, ensuring grid improvements come without added ratepayer burden. One paragraph on their website is not enough to alleviate our concerns, and of course we remain skeptical. Our new sources of energy are being built right now to accommodate the largest data center in Illinois. Are the energy sources being built clean and renewable? Experience from other data center projects have also shown that increased energy prices are a concern, but also the reliability of the grid and the quality of our electricity as well. The Joliet Technology Center website claims that the campus will also rely on a closed-loop cooling design and technologies that use minimal water. Will this data center use clean municipal water? The very same water that Joliet is running out of at the same time aquifers in the Midwest are drying up and the strain on Lake Michigan increases? As water prices continue to rise throughout our area, do we want that same precious water used for bathing and mixing baby formula used to be cooling vast arrays of servers, which AI monopolies are already using to take our jobs? The Joliet Technology Center website claims that the project will create 7,000 to 10,000 construction jobs during the carefully phased 5 to 7 year build schedule. That sounds great, and I really feel for the construction worker. But the head of OpenAI, one of the largest AI monopolies pushing the construction of these data centers, is open in his belief that artificial intelligence will automate all jobs in the near future. It sounds like science fiction, but the hundreds of billions of dollars being invested in AI data centers right now reveal that it's an imminent reality. Or at least it's a reality that they're trying to fabricate. I'm opposed. The Joliet Technology Center may create some jobs for some time here in our area. That's good. But it serves the purpose of actually destroying jobs in Joliet and everywhere else. And you may think, if Joliet doesn't build it, someone else will. Deep down, we all know that excuse represents a failure of character. We share our power grids, we all share the same water and climate, and job losses elsewhere will have an impact on the economy here. We would like far more transparency from Hillwood and Powerhouse. Even more, we'd like the Joliet City Council to take a stand against the hoarding of natural and economic resources by tech monopolies and the open plot to destroy every worker's livelihood. Thank you.
Hello. Oh, so sorry. Hello, my name is Amy Vollmer, and I'm a culinary arts instructor right here at Joliet Central High School. I spent my life as a student in District 204, and I still left. I went to college, I did the whole thing, and I returned to our district. As I hear more and more about the proposed data center, I think not only of my family and friends who live very close to the data center where it's proposed to be put up, the people within our community, but also my students and the future that you would be awarding to them. In all reality, what future will a massive data center in our community provide to them? One with contaminated water, air, noise pollution, and unsustained jobs? Not to mention the energy and the water that would be needed to power the system, to cool the system. What effect will that have in the long run? It is not sustainable or beneficial to many, if any, in that long run. I understand that there is no way to make everybody happy. Again, I teach high schoolers, I really understand that. But it is my job to do my part and work for the betterment of my students and their futures. It is your job to do the same for us, the people of your community. I wish for you to really think through the true impact this will have on our community and our future generations, and who will actually benefit from the situation, because it is not us and it is not our community. Thank you.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak?
Hello. I also work for Joliet Township High Schools. I'm not good at speaking, so I'm gonna try to power through this. But basically, AI doing work, not good. People doing work, good, right? I like to consider myself an artist. I do the web pages and I take pictures of for the schools. I'm the multimedia communication specialist. I do a lot of graphic designs for the teachers and our students. And sometimes I sometimes get AI images, and you can tell, and it's really bad. And I have to clean it up sometimes and fix it because, well, I'm a human being. I can do that, right? So, and so who is this benefiting? The data center, right? It's just hurting our water, the air, the sound pollution. It takes all the energy, like the electricity. It raises all the electricity bill from all the people that are living around there, and it's just going to be hurting everyone. And I'm thinking of all the kids that are going to have to go to school. They're already scared going over there with all the stuff that's going on. I also work with like lockdowns when there's shootings and stuff that happens. I have to hurry up and send the communications to all the parents and students. It's very scary, right? I do care about these kids, and I can't even imagine them having to be scared going to school, and then they have to go back and go to their houses in if that data center's built, and now where are they going to be safe? They're not safe at school. They're not safe at their house, and I want the best for these kids, and I know you want the best for these kids, and you have the power to do them right. And if in the future we see that data center being built, we're gonna know who gave them the green light, and it was all of you guys. You guys are all responsible. You know, you don't eat the fruit when you plant the seed. You guys aren't gonna be there. No offense, you know, but you guys aren't gonna be there to see the damage these kids are. So just please think of them. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Griselda Chavez. The following message is regarding any current or future data center proposals in Joliet, including but not limited to preliminary plan unit development of Joliet Technology Center subdivision, also known as Joliet Data Center, HW Technology Park Development, LLC, from Hillwood Development. I'm a lifelong resident of Joliet, and I'm concerned about the 795-acre data center and Hillwood Development's attempts to construct a supposed optimal annexation agreement and its insulting attempt to create a website with propaganda for the data center, with its flashy buzzwords claiming the jobs and broken promises it will bring Joliet residents in the long run. This is a propaganda website spreading biased, misleading information and mostly ideas that are attempting to manipulate public opinion, influence their behavior, and definitely promoting a specific agenda, rather than encouraging balanced understanding. So this includes using facts to appeal to emotions, using sensational language, and even leaving out truths to push a specific sense of belonging. But first of all, the city and the people of Joliet have worked so hard to protect our drinking water, with the whole region being impacted and having to develop access to Lake Michigan water. A data center in Joliet will only threaten all surrounding body of water's safety once again. How does a development project like a data center ensure its permitting, insurance policies, and contracted labor are shared transparently with the people this development will impact? Should this concerning proposal receive any consideration from you, how will Hillwood Development and you as a city council ensure everyone has access to a healthy environment and a meaningful role in decision-making, regardless of their socioeconomic background? Like those giving their input on the Joliet Comprehensive Plan, we want more spaces to build community, enjoy local businesses, and afford to live here. How will a data center do any of that? Which part of any potential data center development will address disproportionate health impacts of air pollution on low-income communities of color who have experienced a lack of resources for measuring and addressing dangerous pollutants in their communities, like in Joliet? How will this data center address all of its impacts on air pollution on an already overburdened community? As climate change only continues to get worse over time, there will only be more strain on the energy grid, despite any proposed short-term solutions. In the long run, how will this data center justify their access to our natural resources and any potential use of diesel-fueled backup generators when climate change continues to bring unprecedented strain on our resources?
The people of Joliet and surrounding towns will be the ones facing this burden in their daily lives. Will any consideration be made that the data center is already located in Will County, as we've mentioned, home of the largest inland port in the United States? This is more than concerns for electricity, water use, and infrastructure demands. While all three of these aspects should remain in consideration by the City Council on any decisions, it's important to know people clearly do not want out-of-state developers reaping any economic benefits from our lands and natural resources. This is beyond a city-level issue, it's a regional concern. This is a Will County concern, so just remember the decisions that you make are more than just attempts to bring in revenue and profit to a city. When any potential development agreement comes forward to you as a city council, people should be placed over profit. As with your role in public service, it's important that you know that you're directly shaping our lives. So please vote no for the data center should this come forward to you as a council. Thank you.
You all know me. Okay. What about all this talk about this data center here? You know, there's more points that are going on that you guys don't realize. I mean, we all heard in the news about all the tension going on with the U.S. and China. Everybody's heard about it, how, you know, Trump and everybody were all getting to where China's starting to team up with Russia. China's now, you know, teaming up buddy-buddy with Venezuela. You know, how all this is going on in the world. And you guys need to look at this big picture, because as China gets more allies on their sides, then the more war becomes apparent with China. And with these data centers, I mean, we know, I've seen videos and ads been on the news how China's already got robot armies. Why do they got robot armies? You don't know why, because I think they're making all these data centers over here in America, which just so happens China owns a lot of land around army bases in America too. And that, why do they own land around our army bases here in America? You know, I don't think you guys understand that. You know, when I see warehouses, I don't see America, I see China with it. Because a lot of it's, you know, let's face it, it's a lot of made in China stuff going in these warehouses. So this stuff is basically for China, not for America. And then you guys brag about making all these jobs. You made all these warehouse jobs for Center Point, all these warehouses you guys keep putting up for jobs. But I don't think you realize that when you make these data centers, make it easier for the warehouse companies to go all robotic then. Amazon's already implementing, or they're already starting to go robotic with some of their fulfillment centers and getting rid of all their workers. So now those workers are gonna all be replaced. So all these people in these warehouses that all these jobs you created now are going to be lost with these data centers keep getting built. So think of that. You know, there's been talk about the warehouses going robotic, and this is how they're going to be able to do it, is they need this big data center in order to do it. So I don't think you want that. I don't think you want more people to be out of work. They'll think of, you know, all them people would have to then go apply for public aid. You know, get on welfare, which will cost the state and the country more money. I don't think you want that. And these data centers are like, you know, you get a warning when you get your cell phone. You get a warning. The radiation coming off your cell phone could give you cancer. Well, these data centers could be like quadrillion, the number after trillion. Cell phones. Even if you just drive by one of them, that's like having trillion, you know, cell phones, radiation going on you, which will give you cancer, affect your health and everything. Do you want that? And people who live near, you know, surrounding area, we've already, you know, everybody's input all the water, the pollution, everything, which I agree on. But also with these data centers, with China being advanced with their technology and everything, that I don't think you realize it makes it easier for them to shut everything down in America too. They'll shut your cell phones down. They'll shut your automobiles down, because let's face it, all these new cars have software in them. You gotta go get your cars updated. You know, me, luckily, I don't have cars that got software in them, but you have these newer vehicles like everybody in America has. Those cars will be shut down. How would you like you go out there and try to start your car and your car won't start? Because China has You allow these data centers to come and let China shut them down for you and make America immobile, and we can't communicate because our cell phones be down either. They'll come attack us. You want China to attack us and take over America? Well, that's what's going to happen. Think about that. And I want to say Feliz Navidad, everybody.
Good evening. My name is Keith Swearingen. I'm from Manhattan. I'm a retired engineer, mechanical engineer. And I get it. This is all about tax money. It's all about revenue, isn't it? Well, there's a line in the Bible, in Proverbs, that says, easy money dissipates really quick. And that's what this reminds me of. Easy money, but it's going to be gone fast. Now, I have it on good authority from some people I won't mention, who've mentioned that this particular data set, this data field that they put into Indiana, sucked all their wells dry and contaminated them. I'm on a well. I've been on a well for 37 years and it's good water. And this whole, listening to all these people and thinking about what they're saying, this stinks like Love Canal, New York. Now, you older people probably know about Love's Canal, New York, and the fallout. And that's what this reminds me of. So I just want to ask you guys two questions. Would you be standing here on this side if you found out they were going to put this data center next to your house or next to your parents' house or next to your kid's house? Would you be here or would you be sitting there voting for it? And the second is, are you going to take accountability when this turns out to be like another Love's Canal and the mess that that started? Are you going to be able to take that? That's all I have to say. Merry Christmas.
Good evening, council members, mayor, and citizens of Joliet. I am not going to talk on the data center, but I will say that I do not agree with it. I want to take a moment to express my heartfelt gratitude to the council members and everyone in the city who works hard to make our community a better place. Your efforts have not gone unnoticed, and I'm thrilled to see the progress that has been made. I'd like to specifically thank you for considering my request for a cul-de-sac at New Lenox Road and Oakview Avenue, and a concrete barrier around Love's Truck Stop. Your dedication to our community safety and well-being is truly appreciated. I'd also like to acknowledge the support of our CERT team. Your consideration for a bigger budget to enhance their abilities to serve our community is a testament to your commitment to our city's safety. As holiday season approaches, Mayor Santa and Council Elves, my Christmas list remains the same. A cul-de-sac at New Lenox Road and Oakview Avenue, a concrete barrier, and a bigger budget for the CERT team. At this time, I would like to wish you all a very joyous and peaceful holiday. I look forward to continuing to work next year to further improve our community. I want to assure you that I am still a strong advocate for the cul-de-sac and a concrete fence, and I will be back next year to support these initiatives even more. Thank you for your hard work, and I wish you all happy holidays. Thank you.
Is there anyone else who would like to address the council this evening?
I'm just going to echo a lot of what other people have said, but I'd like to focus on the financial component of this. AI has been integrated in many corporate structures, and they've seen very limited returns in this investment. When these things don't pan out, even when they're being integrated at the highest levels, what do you think will happen in 3 years? Unemployment is now at 4.4%. It's still at all-time lows right now, but that is a lagging indicator. And also, we have a gig economy at the moment, which is being replaced by AI. We know about Waymo cars, delivery robots, all of these inventions that are stagnating how many people are actually claiming unemployment, because it's easier to just get on DoorDash, drive for Uber. By creating this data center in Joliet, you are contributing to, the ongoing unemployment crisis that will happen in the near future. And I think it is very, very financially irresponsible to invest in it. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jessica Juarez from Manhattan. What I wanted to share was that I'm also against the data center, and that we are not a unique community that is against data centers. I just wanted to share a couple other communities that have raised concerns. For example, Perkins Township, Ohio, planned a facility near farmland, raised concerns about water access and environmental impact when they already have declining water levels. Just yesterday, Green Charter Township Board in Michigan enacted a one-year moratorium. You've heard from the gentleman back there. Aurora also enacted that. Michigan City, Indiana, the mayor rejected an $800 million data center plan because developers could not commit to meaningful community benefits. And there's several other ones, but I hope you act like Chandler, Arizona City Council, who unanimously voted down a large AI data center proposal after residents and officials raised concerns, and I hope you are like them as well. Thank you.
Hello, I'm here to talk about the wellness of the children, just in case the other people talking about the children didn't help you enough to not accept the data center, because these children, they need to be able to not be scared to be at home just because of a data center that could affect their wellness, their health, and a lot of other things, just like mental health and all that stuff. And I just want you guys to think about the children that are the future of this community, just in case you weren't. And that's all.
Hello, my name is Mallory DeSalvo. Most of what I wanted to say has been said, but what I have left to say is that I have more than 100-year roots here. My grandparents, who are World War II veterans, went to high school here, and I just like the history and architecture of Joliet is so fascinating and lovely. I have best friends who I grew up with who live in the Cathedral District and other areas of Joliet who have small children. My best friend of 25 years just bought a house here and is pregnant with her first. I personally have 2 small children, and we use well water that shares the water table in Joliet. And if this was to go through, I fear that would destroy myself and my community's ability to live safely within our communities. So I hope that all of you will look toward the next 100 years and be part of making Joliet better. Let your communities flourish and make Joliet what it deserves to be.
Is there anyone else who would like to address the council this evening?
Hello there, I am Ernie Connor Larkin, an alumni from JJC and a member of the Will County Green Party, speaking against the Nerdy Data Center like everyone else. And as Nerdy has established, this would ruin our drinking water. We would already lose some important farmland that is rather needed, given that prices of food has been going up, if you may have noticed. And also speaking as someone who has learning in studying computer technology, I know for a fact that this data center is most likely just going to be used to replicate AI-generated cat videos rather than something that would be locally sustainable, like maybe a web service center locally run and owned for the local businesses to be able to use, instead of it already Amazon which has 2/3 of the websites running and destroy the internet for a few hours.
Is there anyone else who would like to address the council this evening?
Yes. Mr. Mayor, ladies and gentlemen, with this AI thing, here's what's going on. I see you smiling. Here's the thing. I know it ain't a question and answer thing, as we know it's about the tax money. The wells will get sucked dry. The electricity will be paying extra for it. They don't care. They need to go. So whoever votes yes for this, I'm gonna make sure that I get tons and tons of people to vote you out of office. If you do not care about the citizens of Joliet, you need to go, because we know it's about the tax money, and we also know that with your pensions and your jobs, you'll retire to Florida somewhere. And like the one guy said, our unemployment's at 4.4%. It's going to be a lot higher. That's all I got. It's all common sense, and it's how we sleep at night. Peace out.
Is there anyone else who would like to address the council this evening? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to mayor and council comments.
Would you like me to go? I'd like to start by saying thank you to Rose Maria Di Benedetto. Is she still here?
No,
She's gone. I'm sorry. Oh, there she is.
comes.
There she is. Rose Maria will be finishing out her time with us this week, and I just want to thank her for her continued expertise and support for these years that we've been together, and we will truly miss you, but I certainly wish you all the best in your new endeavor. So, and beyond that, I just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, a beautiful holiday season, and we'll see you in 2026. So thank you.
Okay, I'm up. Well, anyway, as mentioned earlier, we had quite the Santa send-off in this weather on Saturday, below zero. And the people that came out to say goodbye to Santa, to get him back to the North Pole, was just phenomenal. The people were lined up all the way through the whole route. They were out in that bad weather, and it was cold, but they sure did it, and they just enjoyed every minute of it. And I'm so glad that we've been able to do that. This is, I believe, our 6th year, and I hope this continues a good tradition here in Joliet. And a big thank you, though, to the Joliet East Fire Department, Chief Kelly, who allowed us to use the very old-fashioned fire truck. And they also were able to stay with us, and thanks to Eric Clem for driving it, because that's stick shift, and it was quite the bumpy road, but Santa made it okay. And so it was just very fun for everybody, especially with all the reindeers, which were the police cars that followed. And one other thing, on a sadder note, Maxine Boykin, she was the very first black female police officer hired in 1963. She passed away on November 26, 2025, at the age of 90. She served 37 years on the Joliet Police Department, and she retired in 2000. She was a wonderful person. Everybody loved her. She was a great police officer, and she was quite the cook as well. She was always outside cooking some food for the boys or the girls, and she was quite the lady. And if you ever knew her and her family, you would you'd feel the same way. So we just had to mention her, and unfortunately, like I said, she's passed already, so we missed the wake. But she's quite the woman. She was really fine. If you didn't know her, you missed a great lady. And having said that, I'd like to welcome everybody here tonight and thank you for your comments Even though it wasn't on the agenda, it was another cold night, so thank you for, and we're listening. We're listening, okay, we are listening. I know you're listening. My neighbor across the street. Anyway, thank you all for coming out, and I wish you all a very, very, very happy holiday and a happy new year. Be well and stay safe, and have a good time. Do not discuss politics at the Christmas dinner, okay? You want to be nice with family, with everything going on in the world. Just look around and love each other, because you never know if they're going to be here the next day. So that's all I have to say. Heartfelt thing to everybody, and hope we have a happy 2026. Thank you.
Sunday there was a concert at the Rialto that the American Legion Band put on. I'd like to congratulate them on another successful concert, which was a fundraiser for Daybreak. Thank the Rialto for allowing this to happen. I was fortunate enough to make some remarks and welcome in everyone. Without Rose Maria to write them, I wouldn't be able to do that. So thank you very much. And as Sherry said, good luck in your next career, and wish everybody a happy holiday season.
She'll be right down the street. We can still see her.
The Santa send-off, Jan Quillen, you did great. Everybody that participated did a great job. My kids loved it. So happy holidays and Merry Christmas to all my colleagues over here, staff, and everybody in the audience. Merry Christmas and enjoy your weekend. See you guys next year.
I just wanted to say, I always wonder if a tree falls in the forest, does anyone hear it? And I felt like in November I had kind of a terms of endearment moment up here about the data center, where I felt like I was kind of pounding my hands on the Diaz and really dug in, but I didn't think that anybody heard me. I don't make the glamorous front page of the newspaper like some of the other councilmen and women do, and good for them, that's nice, but I'm also here for the betterment of the residents. They're the ones that voted me in, and that is exactly why I'm here. So I appreciate each and every one of you that came out to speak tonight, even though it wasn't on the agenda. Like, kudos for less than 10 days before Christmas, spending your night here with us. I really, really appreciate each and every one of you, and you're the reason why I'm up here and why I do this. So Merry Christmas to you, and thank you so much for being here tonight.
I'll keep it short and simple. I do want to thank all of you for showing up. Whether or not we end up disagreeing on each and every point beyond the data center, about the data center, whatever, this is important community engagement. A lot of you are roughly the same age as my son. He's 27 years old, and I can see him up here talking. So we do hear you. Whether we agree or not will come out in the wash, right? You are correct in encouraging us to ask a lot of questions and do a lot of research, right? And to make sure that we make the right decision based on, not to make a pun, the correct data. But with that said, Sunday started Hanukkah. The 8 days of Hanukkah started on Sunday. So for our Jewish residents and friends, happy Hanukkah. And for all the Christians out there, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone else.
Rosa Maria, thank you for everything you did, and best of luck in your new endeavor. So best of luck to you. I also would like to talk about the 6th of December. My daughter Carson and I had the greatest time over Santa's Cops. We did that over on 59 at Walmart. There were approximately, Chief, 79 kids from Joliet community, and we were able to take them shopping. A lot of the money was raised from the pins that the police department sold throughout the community and local businesses that donated funds. So we had a great time. The young man that we took, my daughter and I took, it was just so nice. He wasn't worried about himself. He was asking if he could buy a gift for his son, his brother and sister, and it was just amazing. So thanks, Chief. Do you want to add anything to that? I don't know how many officers we had there, volunteers. I know Jan does it every year.
No, but it was a great experience. We had over 80 kids.
Yeah, over 80 kids, but it was great. We did that on December 6th. Also, in closing, maybe after the new year, Beth and Mayor, maybe we get somebody here from IDOT that could talk about Interstate 80 and where we're at, the timeline, just to update the community. I don't know, on Zoom, in person, whatever's easier, just to give the general public, everybody here, an update of where we're at and where we're heading. And then lastly, I just want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody. So, thank you.
I too want to say good luck, Rosemary. It's been great, and I'm sure we'll still continue to work together in different ways with the city of Joliet and in your new endeavor. And I also want to say that, again, to everyone that came out tonight, yes, we are listening, we are paying attention. I think this is something that was brought to the city of Joliet, like anything else, and any project could be proposed to the city of Joliet. We have to look at it. We have to look at everything that's coming with it, and it's just in the starting stages. So nothing has been decided, and we will continue to look at that into 2026. So. Stay tuned for more of that, and we will do what we have to do to continue to be in the best interest of Joliet, which is why we're here. With that, I also just want to say Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, and I can't believe it's already been my third New Year, Happy Christmas send off already since I've gotten here, because we're on our 4th year. So, but Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everyone, and thank you.
I too want to thank you all for coming out tonight. It's not easy, but we need all the opinions and voices and knowledge we can get on these big decisions. And I can assure you that we're going to do all of our due diligence before there's any decision made. And it's a big decision, so we realize that, and we appreciate all your thoughts and comments tonight. So thanks for coming out. I also too want to thank Beth Beatty, Kevin Singh, and the staff for the great job they did on this budget. And I know it was a lot of work, and I know it balanced out, and I really applaud all the energy that was put into this. Very professionally done. Couple things that was attended. One of them was the PACE Van Gogh opening, which is a program that PACE has done now where they have vans available for people to use. We have a intermodal system here that a transportation system that works well. So when people come in and don't have transportation, they can register to use these vans. There's a key code on them to use, and it's really a cool system, and people are starting to use them. Another thing that Susanna, Councilwoman Arvera, and I attended on December 4th was the opening of a community center for Tomorrow Starts Today. Our friend Jerron Neighbors has done so many wonderful things for the youth of our community. This community center offers comprehensive tutoring services, career readiness workshops, and one-on-one mentorships to help these young people thrive academically and professionally. And these kids are anywhere from 8 to 18 to 20 years old. Provides a safe space and a place for them to go and be with wonderful people to help. Jerron, you put together a great team of people, and I want to applaud you for that. Thank you. Beth and I attended the opening of the new art gallery at Chicago and Clinton Streets. I got to tell you, it was really pretty cool. I mean, we're starting to see things happen downtown, and it was the same night as the Chris Isaak concert. So as people were walking by, and we're standing in there and enjoying the company of each other, and all the wonderful art that's being done or brought into our community, I could see a new energy as people came to the Rialto, filled all the restaurants. So we're starting to make headway with our downtown revitalization. Other than that, I want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a happy and blessed New Year. Thank you.
Okay, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.